And there's a great deal more information about that in here, so I'll leave it alone at that. But why do we have to interact with them? First of all, they're our greatest teachers. If you do not have the yin and the yang of how to work past and work through the issues that are brought up by dealing with someone who's taking your energy, that you're allowing to take your energy, you are missing a great healing opportunity, because they can show you the things in your life that you're there to work on. They're the ones who are going to push your buttons. They're the ones that are going to make it clear that these are the reasons why I'm here in your life, so that you can become aware that I need to heal this boundary issue, so that you can become aware that you need to redefine who you thought you were. They can be a catalyst for a significant healing event in your life, and they can provide the energy needed to cause a chain reaction of events that may or may not be completely unrelated to either one of you. Let me describe what that means. Sometimes it's necessary to throw you into chaos. So the evil comes into your life is thrown into chaos, you start making decisions based on the things that are happening with your interactions with this person, and if you keep your eyes and ears open, you may find out that as you're out in the world talking to all these other people about this person in your life, that their lives are impacted. I had a situation a few years ago where I was in relationship to an evil. And I ended up moving into an apartment complex where, if I had not met this person, I would not have moved into this apartment complex. The day that I moved into this complex, I met the young couple living across the hall. It turned out that the young couple across the hall needed a job. He was a computer geek of some kind, and he had just lost a job and was looking for a new one. And it turned out that I knew somebody who was hiring. If I had not agreed to be in relationship to that man, to that person, and moved into this apartment complex, I would not have met that young man and gotten him a job, helped him get a job. That catalyst would not have been there. So and that's just one small little example, but when you go back and you look at whether or not there are people in your life who were benefiting from the situation that you may have been in at the time with someone who was psychologically unbalanced, you may find that there actually were a lot of people who benefited from watching you move through that experience. So, evils as teachers, valuable in our lives. They come into our lives because, quite honestly, the universe sent them. They're there for our highest good. We need to figure that out. The only thing I can tell you is that the universe will not let you out of that relationship until, one, you've learned everything that you're supposed to get from that person, that you've healed everything that you're supposed to heal, or come pretty close to that, and that all of the circumstances that are necessary to get you out of the situation safely have been put into place.
Can you say that again?
So you won't get out of dealing with an evil, or even a benign energy vampire, until all of the circumstances have been created for you to leave that situation safely, or until it's absolutely completed.
What I didn't get, I don't know if you can remember how to say it, but that you said the universe sent them for what?
They sent them for your highest good. And that can be difficult to accept.
And my therapist told me that for 6 months.
Yes, and it is. It's a difficult thing to accept. You know, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will now that you brought that up. One of the first things that you'll read in the second chapter of this book is my story. And my story is not pretty. Okay, my story's about 65 years of sexual abuse by my grandfather in my family. I'm the legacy breaker in that family. And it goes into those details. But one of the things that really helped me move out of the severe impact that it was having on my life was to finally begin to realize that these people were in my life for a reason. And that if I could either perish and become permanently psychologically disabled by letting those people have that power over me, or I could say, no, I've got to choose somehow to believe that these people were brought into my life for my highest good, and I'm gonna, if it takes me the rest of my life, I'm gonna try to figure out what that means. What is my highest good, and how did this experience actually serve me? So that life experience is the basis for how I coach people moving through chaos now. Is to say, none of this is happening without a really, really, really good reason.